My questions may not have to do with the overall value attendant to this hearing, but what I was curious about, and going through the read ahead, is the value that small businesses give to the entrepreneurship that's made America great. I guess my question is, do any of you see a depletion in the resources that are necessary to do that? Much like oil is going to run out, and I'm talking about human capital. China's passed us in the IT exports throughout the world, and I think more than now, as compared to 2001 till today, more than 50% of our IT companies that were wholly owned by the United States at that time now have foreign ownership. And more to the point, I guess, is some number 3 guy in China said it wasn't the Harvards and the Yales we most admire about you. It's your community colleges that graduate the artisans that made your manufacturing prowess what it is. So my question really has to do, in my region, Philadelphia region, Acker Shipyard for the home builders kind of gets to this point. We're importing 180 people to do welding because we can't find the people with the skill any longer to do welding. You know, when I had them during Vietnam War, you flipped your helmet, lit the arc, laid the bead. Now you have to sit at a computer and lay out welding, the bead and all. Yeah, I need a higher level of science and technology. The question over here, I guess, is for small businesses, as you see the value of going on the internet and doing all this. I went to 4 companies in Montgomery County in my district, and 2 of them outsource over 50% of what they do, not because they want to. They can't get they don't want to. They have to give a telephone book this thick through of specs to India in order to make the kinds of programs they want, where they would prefer to have Americans do it. They just can't find enough of them. This innovation that is so rampant, everybody says, in small businesses, and attendant to this great spur that got us to where we are, do you see that endangered from the artisan that helps your business to this wonderful IT ability to compete now no longer just with someone from Arkansas, but someone from overseas? It seems to me that's the most critical element for small businesses, because you all talk about this innovation that comes from somewhere. Where is it going to come from 30, 40 years from now? Or do you really don't think this is an issue much at all? Sir?
Home building is not high-tech, fortunately. I guess we're a little on the low-tech side, but one of the critical issues as our market was growing previous to the last 2 years was the lack of qualified personnel. And in the California market, which I'm most familiar with, we made a very extensive effort, and I actually came from the community college system to set up something called the California Home Building Foundation. And it's a partnership between the building industry and 22 community colleges to train framers, plumbers, electricians, and they actually give scholarships to these kids to go to community colleges. So I think the lack of qualified personnel was a huge issue as we were going through our growth process of 2001 to 2006. I'm not concerned with a lack of innovation in the home building market. Home builders respond to market forces, and the public tells us what we need to build by what they buy. And as the market changes, we've heard green building. There are a variety of other issues in energy efficiency and peak load reduction that have been on the West Coast market. We respond well to those things because we survive well.
Amazon or...
Just briefly, Congressman, we have 2 areas of experience here. One is within our company and the other is with our customers. Within our company, it is a challenge to find qualified technologists. It constantly is. We'd love to see better technical education in our country to provide that steady stream of technical expertise. But outside the company, for our customers, in particular for our small business sellers through our site, we're doing our work to take that technical requirement away from them so they don't have to worry about being technically savvy. So we're actually in a circumstance where we think we are able to provide services to our seller customers and then inure to the benefits of our buyer customers that remove those kinds of that technical necessity. So you don't have to be an engineer from MIT to understand how to run a good small business online.
Any comment?
I would just agree with Mr. Meisner in the sense that we focus on innovation and we evaluate success by something that creates incredibly easy to use tools, and we usually measure that by success is something like in search, where we have hundreds of millions of searches done in a month, and it's easy to do and you can find what you're looking for. And so when we think about innovations, it's some of the tools that I've talked about to make it easy for entrepreneurs to run their businesses effectively online. And so what we focus on is getting the right talent and then providing those kinds of innovations. And I don't dare predict where we'll be.
Talent's not a problem.
Talent is always, I would agree with Mr. Meisner, talent is always an issue, and we see it as the driving force of if you get strong talent. And so we have some concerns, but in terms of innovation, we think that we will work hard to get the best talent we can, and by creating an innovative environment, expect and giving people through some of the things that Dr. Saru talked about, in embracing failure, not liking it, but willing to live with it, knowing that taking some risk is going to create the spirit of innovation and opportunities for success, and that's always been our approach, and to date it's been successful.
Anything? There may not be time.
Over time, but if I may, Mr. Chairman? Yes, I know we're a bit over. Yes, thank you. I'd like to address that from two perspectives. The first is to take a look at it more from a historical trend or a change in models. And I think that we're witnessing a shift in the business models and in the economy in our country that's happened at breakneck speed compared to the change from the industrial age to the manufacturing age to the knowledge economy that we've since survived in through the outsourcing, and new models are being created. My own perspective is, from what I see working with young people constantly, is I'm very bullish on our future. I don't think there is a shortage of innovation. I don't think there is a shortage of interest. I think there is a broadening of the skill set and the workforce, and some of that is an infusion of talent from other countries as we once again become a different type of melting pot. And I agree with my colleagues that there has been, and I have seen, a push at the regional and community college level to educate young people for what was traditionally considered skilled or tradesperson jobs, which also is going to be an ongoing, very beneficial aspect of our economy.
Thank you.
Time is expired. Mr. Steger.
I'll be very quick. I think there's two issues. One is, yes, it's hard to get good people, and that's a problem when good people are heavily needed. But don't give up hope, because the entrepreneurial spirit is going on all over the place. We're constantly getting new competitors. People are constantly starting new businesses. We see great new competitors join us every day. And so I don't think there's a long-term worry. I think things are bright.